$23,000 in just one swing trade. This right here is the exact trade that made me 23k, and in the next few minutes I'm gonna show you and break down everything, why I entered here, why I was holding, and why I knew this trade was going to work. See, most traders look at the chart like this and see nothing, just candles moving up and down. But right here there was a story being told. The market was showing exactly where it wanted to go, and if you know what to look for, it's like seeing the answer before everyone else. You are not guessing, you are 3 moves ahead of everyone. I'm going to show you exactly what I saw, step by step, no fluff, just raw breakdown of how this trade played out. Hi, so in this video I will be talking about the trade that made me 23k with just the model that I'm using, and I will explain how I did actually such a big profit with one single trade, while not everyone can actually make it. So before we begin with this video, I will talk about the model that I'm using. So cycle flow model is not like any other strategies that you are seeing on social media. My model is different. And why is that? Because I'm not just using candlesticks. I am using bigger thing than just candlesticks, and that's data. So with this data, it shows me who's actually in control in this level, for example. So the differences is between me and any other trader is basically they are trying to predict the move by drawing on chart, while I use real data that shows me with numbers who is actually dominating the market. So this is actually the differences between me and any other trader that you are following. So now I will talk about the trade that I took and made me 23k. So the first thing is, when I want to take a trade, I go to the higher time frame, okay, and I see what the price is doing. So then I want to draw my higher highs and higher lows, and I want to draw my important levels. So what the price was already telling me is that it wants to go higher and higher. And why is that? Because the price did already showing me before it did actually this move, it wants to go higher and higher, okay? And how I could find this? By just reading the higher highs and higher lows. So we have here higher low. We have also here higher low. Okay. We have here also higher low. And we have here also higher low. So price is already showing me that it wants to go higher and higher. So I don't want to take a trade against the main trend. So then when you know when the price wants to go, then you want to switch to lower time frame. And for example here, I would just use 1 hour time frame, and I will read what the price is actually doing at the current price. So the price was here inside this area. Inside this area, I want to draw my swing high and swing low. Here we have swing high. We have also here swing low, and we have also here swing high. So this is swing high, swing high, swing low. So when the price is actually inside this area, this is loading phase, okay? And if you didn't see my other videos about talking about cycle flow, after you continue this video and finish it, go then to my other videos and see the cycle flow model. But for now, continue watching this video because it will help you to understand how I actually trade. So the price did break this swing high. So this means this is push phase. The first push phase, we don't take it. Why is that? Because I don't know where the price could actually go. So I will not take the first push phase. And then we have here loading phase. And here is our game. Loading phase is our game. So in the loading phase, you want actually to track the lower lows and lower high inside this loading phase on the lower time frame. So now we are going to the lower time frame. So the main idea is we are actually in an uptrend. And then the second thing is we are actually in a loading phase on the lower time frame. So what I will do is simply track my higher highs and higher lows. So we have here lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we have here equal high, and then price goes down and it goes up again, and now we have equal low. So this is the first sign that price wants to go higher and it wants to end this loading phase. So inside this area, you want to go to the data that you are using, and for example, you can use order flow. Okay, you can use order flow, or you can just use option. Okay, option order flow. So what are actually the differences between order flow, futures order flow, okay, futures order flow, and option order flow? In the next video, I will actually explain what the differences is and how you can actually use the data to track when the loading phase is about to end. But for now, I will just explain how I actually could take the trade. So inside this area, you want to use data to understand who is actually in control and not just reading the candles, the normal candles, okay? So inside the loading phase, you want actually to track your higher highs, and then the second thing is you want to use data to understand buyers versus sellers and see real numbers that shows you when the price and where the price in which order are actually dominating the sellers. So now after you know all this information, then you want actually to know when New York session is open and London session is open, because inside this time is where banks are actually opening positions and institutions opening their positions, and we need actually to take a trade with them. So I go to this indicator and enable it. So now it shows me white background, and that tells me where New York session is open. So here inside this area, New York session is open. Then we go back to this area and we see loading phase is ended and new push phase is started. So here inside this area, before New York session is open, we have mini consolidating area, and that's another loading phase, mini loading phase in this area. Okay, so inside this area, you want to go to the order flow to understand where buyers are and where sellers are and who is actually dominating at the current price. So here inside this area, if you go to the order flow, you will see big buyers numbers are entering inside this area because New York session is open. When New York session is open, banks are entering, institutions are entering, big players are entering. At this time, New York session open or London session open, big moves can happen. So why I did hold all this time? And that's because I am following the news. Okay, so in this area, Trump was talking about wars between, I think Iran. So Trump was talking about the war about Iran. I think about Iran, and that's why a price was actually pumping and pumping and pumping, because news is actually long term, okay? And that's why you need actually to also understand news and reading news, because this tells you long term, okay? Because news is long term. This tells you long term if gold wants to go actually higher and higher and continuing making higher highs and higher lows by just reading about news. So that's why you need also to read about news to understand news. And you can also, for example, ask ChatGPT or any AI models, and they will actually provide you the information so you understand who is actually in control. So that's why you need actually to use news so you can understand long term where the price actually wants to go. So now I'm actually inside this area. So as you know, price already making higher highs and higher lows. So the first thing is on the higher time frame, a price already making higher moves. I'm now on the 4 hour, okay? So if I want to take actually trade, what I will do is simply drawing my swing high and swing low. This is swing high, swing low. This is swing high. So now we are actually inside this area on the 4-hour time frame. So now I don't see any swing high or swing low is broken. So I will just wait until price break any of these areas. It goes up, so the push phase, and then making loading phase on the 4-hour, okay? The 4-hour or 2-hour or 1 hour, making loading phase and read about news. If I see, for example, wars, and that's all happening, okay, then I know gold long term wants to go higher and higher. If I don't see actually any news, any important news about wars, for example, about big events, then long term price actually could drop. So you need actually to combine price action, data. Also you need also to combine sessions, so you know where the big institutions and big players are entering. So all of this you want to combine it together, and then taking one trade, one swing trade that will make you big a profit, okay? And that's what I am using. I'm using these 4 rules and I'm following it and making money with simple trades. So this was today's video. If you enjoy it, hit the like button and comment below what you want me to talk about in the next videos. And see you in the next video. Peace out.